Annie Duke, Thinking in Bets. Book summary? Let's do it. Annie Duke, Thinking in Bets, Making Smarter Decisions When You Don't Have All the Facts, is really a book about objectivity. For those of you who don't know, Annie Duke, aka the Duchess of Poker, is a world-renowned poker player who won the 2004 World Series of Poker Tournament of Champions and the National Heads Up Poker Championship in 2010. And she's teamed up with someone called Don Cheadle to create a nonprofit called Ante-Up for Africa. And what they do is they host poker tournaments to raise money for African nations. Annie really dives into that objectivity by saying, how do we make the best decisions and take action? So who else to ask than a world champion poker player? And it's really interesting coming from her perspective because poker, high stakes, split decision making, she believes a lot of our decisions are based off of a value system or core set of beliefs that we were brought up to, and those could really cloud our judgment and really impair some good decision making. So with that, these are my 5 big ideas for thinking in bets. First big idea, percentages. Annie thinks of everything in percentages because the trap that we fall into is the fact that a lot of people think in absolute, the black and white, the yes or the no. And to put that amount of pressure on yourself to really commit to something and say, yes, that will happen, or no, that won't. If it doesn't happen, or if it doesn't fall in your favor, it could be very, very deflating to one's own confidence. Thinking in percentages also gives yourself some compassion. When you practice self-compassion, you're using percentages to say, I am 60% confident that tomorrow it's gonna rain. Thinking through the facts that you know. Maybe you've tuned into the radio this morning, maybe you saw it on one of your weather apps, but the fact is that you're not committing. And a part of that is your confidence and your ego is not attached to something that could break when it doesn't pan out. So practicing that self-compassion and using percentages will actually allow you to be a little bit more curious to get that 60% that I think it's gonna rain tomorrow to maybe a 70 or an 80 or a 90 by actually going on your phone or maybe doing a little bit of searches or asking around. Think in percentages will allow you to get more data, which will lead to better decision making. Why am I talking like this? Big idea number 2, self-serving bias. Self-serving bias is when things go right, you attribute it to how great you are, the mad skills you possess. And when things go wrong, you blame external factors. It was the weather, it wasn't the right time of day, etc., etc. And what we want to do is eliminate self-serving bias to help us get to an objective truth, to pique that curiosity, to continue learning. Because once we feel that we don't own up to it, then we just close ourselves off to any type of learning, any type of growth, which will not allow us to be better. Now, if Annie didn't learn about self-serving bias, she would not have the opportunities to learn and level up her game. And if she didn't do that, she'd be so fast on the side of the street, in her cardboard box, cooking up some ramen noodles. It would have been just bad. So the main thing here is ownership. Everything is your fault. You win, your fault, but still learn. You lose, your fault, still learn, and level up. Idea number 3, comparison. Annie mentions that comparison is really inevitable. Back in the Stone Age, when we would compare to learn to survive, compare why do they have a burning, hot, orange, yellow thing when we have nothing? Well, we're gonna freeze to death, so we may as well compare what we have to them and learn or pick up that thing so that we can get warm and continue surviving. We don't need orange, yellowy things anymore. right? So that gene that we need to compare, we have to be able to control. More often than not, when we're comparing, we're just adding unnecessary layers of complexity that will cloud any great decisions that we can make for ourselves. In fact, if we even compare yesterday to today, there's a huge difference. Like, remember that time when yesterday some people thought that the earth was flat? Yeah, pretty awkward now. In the spirit of striving for the objective truth, comparison is not the way to go. Instead, never stop learning, never stop getting the data you need to make the best decision for yourself. Well, that's me, but for you. Big idea number 4, 10-10-10 rule. The 10-10-10 rule is all about thinking of your future self. We're more likely to make better decisions if we don't focus on what's happening right in front of our faces, but what's beyond the horizon. Back to the weather example. I'm going on a hike. I don't want to carry too much with me, but I think I might have heard that there's a 60% chance in rain. Do I take my raincoat? Present me is like, it's such a pain to carry it around. Like, why bother? I'll roll the dice on it. That's a future me's problem. And then meanwhile, you're on your hike and future me is drenched. Damn past me, why would you do that? It's just a coat, Truman. Just bring it, right? Stop being lazy, stop living for the now. Just think of future Truman. He doesn't want to be cold, he doesn't want to be drenched, he doesn't want to get sick. We have to think more long term. We have to guide ourselves and be patient to get to the goals that we want and not be so infatuated or distracted. We need to do that for ourselves. And that's where the 10-10-10 rule really kicks it in. And then finally, big idea number 5, act now. Now, all these other ideas that we talked about are great. The thing is, all of that is for naught. All that is wasted if you don't act. Test your hypothesis. Create a proof of concept. That's what Annie does all the time. She may lose a few hands, she may fold early, but the exercise there is to test the waters and see what comes back so she can make that better educated guess. And looping this in back to big idea number 4, it's not about the hand that you're playing, it's not maybe about the match or the game, but maybe it's about winning the tournament. You don't want to be short-sighted, so you want to think of the whole thing, right? The longer term game plan, the bigger picture. And when you have enough of these inputs, you can increase your probabilities, make that decision, act on it, and go. Be like Nike and just do it. 5 big idea recap. I guess I could have added an echo. Big idea number 1, percentages. Think in percentages, remove yourself from your ego. That's how you become objective and thrive. Big idea number 2, self-serving bias. Don't fall prey to it. Own it, develop responsibility, and use that to continuously learn. Big idea number 3, comparison. Quit it. Don't compare anymore. Big idea number 4, 10-10-10 rule. Think to yourself, long term, how will I feel in 10 minutes, 10 months, 10 years? And base your decisions on that. And finally, big idea number 5, act now. With everything that you know, take those inputs, take that information, test it, get more information, rinse and repeat, iterate, and then make better decisions. Yeah. Okay, those were the 5 big ideas from Thinking in Bets with Annie Duke. Shout out below which one resonated with you the most, which one will you be using? Alternatively, what are some great decisions that you've made and how did you go about making those great decisions? If you've also read the book, what points did we miss? Right? Sound off below in the comment section. My name is Truman. Thank you so much for checking out this book summary. Let me know what you think. Give me a few of these. Remember to check off that bell and also subscribe if you haven't already. join us on this great adventure on getting all these great knowledge tidbits from all these great authors and thought leaders from across the globe. And apart from that, I'll see you, in the next video.